I guess it's something. I have Kral's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so are we. I haven't been to Thavnair before. I can travel by Aetherite. But what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kral was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest. I'm afraid so, my friend. The what now? Thou wilt recall the hunt of Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbrida. Moonbrida was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon the pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own rights, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? Nay. I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Or Kitty. You know, it could be either one, actually. No, I know! After so much time, it's like... He really wants to fucking talk to the parents, but God, still eating him up. Hurts, man. Did I tell you about the, I'll say his name. It could be Kite, it could be Kitty. When I was helping my mother get hay, she told me to pull up the contacts. And she's like, alright, his name should be John. It's under the J, whatever. I'm like, alright, scrolling. Alright, I see him. It's John. I look at the last name. And I'm like, Rapay? And Mom's like, it's Rape. It's John Rape. I'm like, oh, shit. I think I told this story before. But man... God, I can't imagine growing up with that name. And that had to have been a not fun fucking first time hearing it, yeah. My mom just stopped me, was like, it's Rape. Don't worry, it's exactly what it spells. R-A-P-E. Well now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kral of the Students of Baldician. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome. The what now? Test subjects. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an Aetherite, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of aether hurtling along the lifestream. Alright. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aetherite Teleportation. But, what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an Aetherite without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been, like the moon! For long years... Also, new theory. I think the Charlayans trying to occupy the moon already. I don't know if that's on their table. If it's the end of Eorzea, they're gonna fucking live on the moon. Like, I don't even know if that's like on the drawing board yet though, or when that's even gonna get brought up. For years long, we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of Aetherite that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these Aetherites, but the Aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. Oh, Stinian. But it just so happens that of our first test pair of Aetherites, one has been installed here in Charlayan, and the other over in, Yedlimad, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties. Oh, I guess it's already tuned. Strong ties with Radzahan, and indeed, we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. Those are some nice earrings. I don't want them, but they're nice. So to sum up, we're to test the Aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel Aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherites are made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it from me to worry about such things, but do I have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? Oh, okay. Huh. The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in a live stream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Kral truly knows how to pick them. I'm gonna get Ishtola to do this. If I might change the subject, are Master Wilfson and Mistress Bolwida not present today? Or Blowida. Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned to their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Hallie! Ada. I made it in. Any other question? I didn't want to fucking start stream and end up losing my queue position and sitting there AFK for another 2 hours, only to stream for like 3 hours. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Alrighty. In case you're wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's just been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. I'll see you there shortly. Neat. I'll see you there. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Given my experience with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations. But I will trust in Kral. Though words unsaid, yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine to our task in Thavnair. Going in. We'll see if I disintegrate. It wouldn't be the first time, I guess. As far as unattuned travel.
Right, we're all set. Just the 4 of you, was it?
3.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
Bye, Stinian.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travellers could line up here, please. is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Oh.
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Violent?
What?
What a strong word. I like to say violently wash my hands just because it's so funny. How far is it? Way the fuck east? Is that right? Yeah.
Thavnair, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oof.
What chance?
Oh shit.
Against such an insidious foe?
God, I love the Shadowless set. Jeez. Just fetal position, then corner of the bench.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, you'll be able to reach. Will you be able to reach Justinian in time? Now you hold up. No stopping our champion. Now quickly find Justinian before he. Shit. There's a gemstone trader. Okay, I need to progress a little more. I was wondering why I didn't have the icon over their head. There he is! Aetherite. Ugh! You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with aether sickness. By the Manusia traveler, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You're wise, good sir. Come to me. My special Amra Lassi, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery. You want to say as much as Stinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Stinian, using gestures, deny that the deal is fair. Take my chocobo before I forget. I thought I could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me. What? This is sincere apology, sir, but I appear to have had my price confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I explode the town. Oof. Teensy weensy touch, she says. Not even my hardest night's drink comes close. Made with only finest and freshest ingredients. This our Amra flavored lassie is boasted to settle on release stomachs. Yep. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Inestinian, and to the fine fruit of this land. Ne'er hath teleportation induced such terrible discomfort. 'Twas torturous in its intensity, and I would sooner swim a score moms. You are in time? Excellent. You spared us Tatar's wrath. Sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I found it. It's the most I could do against the heat short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. Men said it's a Thavnairian weave. Tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil? A steal, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alpha could hold a candle to you. I expected the Zerg Dragoon to put up more of a fight. On that subject, I shall refrain from making comments. Yet I cannot help but observe that the merchant seemed overzealous in the pursuit of profit. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Radzat Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hannish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted in the world over. Development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Ratat-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of a nation at large. Just so. That opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye. We've not to lose by learning more. So, ere we speak our Kral's acquaintance, we shall see what information we can gather here in, Yothamad. Yep. I will live through your stream. I made it in. I don't, if I crash, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Oh, wow. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? 'Tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the Charujans removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Zertagoon's helm again. Ah, how about that? And they just fucking wreck Condestinian's hairstyle. How dare they! Recontextualize? Could they do this? What is that? Oh, butler outfit. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Angered, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetherite. Off-putting through the mere sight of it may be. Okay, now I get the gemstones. Alright, give me that fucking list. Garbage. That crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left too long. Oh, looks like they have fallen on hard times, huh? There's no boats. Gazing out from the pier, he spied boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports he had visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Ow. What am I doing? Recording my sales. I still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazal. I don't envy his position. Better be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you can pay Kazal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Okay. I missed something. There. Well, now, if it isn't a traveler, you have a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Narunar. If it stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion. But no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives to thank for Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What becomes of us? Only the gods know. Well, how about that? The Damaskans aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling me isn't gonna help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, if you must have known this might happen. The empires have war with itself. The provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. God, but this will be an enormous loss. Alright, forget about Damaskans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial houndish favorites. Our consortium works closely with the merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Nope. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. Oh, my name is Matsya, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Erase? Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. I'll talk to him. If foreign vessels won't come to us, why not use our own to deliver the wares to them? It's not so simple, Kalzal, and besides, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I guess you gotta raise taxes. Or shipping costs. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back at the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, did you? I'm Matsya, a fisherman of Akyali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hardworking man, and I dare not disturb him. I can sell these, right? Yeah. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventure, you say? You travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I brought some fresh fish with me. the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kajaya, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead, and show me how it's done? If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. I'm sorry. The comment music's getting to me. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlimad. I want to observe you and learn. It's still combat music. It's fine. We'll just party up when the dungeon comes out. What? You travel to unfamiliar places and speak with unfamiliar peoples. Your conversational skills must be astonishing. Yes. Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. I'm sure your bosom fish are very fresh, but this is rather sudden. I don't need fish right now, so thanks, but no thanks. How about that? Never mind. It never goes well the first time. I'm sure you'll fare better with the next customer. I didn't make a single sale. I'll do it. I'll fucking sell everything. How you holding up, buddy? That was just the first person, so not to worry. We still have plenty of opportunities. Already filled one? You can't abandon? Oh no. No, we got it. I'm gonna make somebody buy all the stock. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be expert quality. Amra shamra. My fresh fish is the only thing you need. No. As I said, it's amra I want. If I want a fish, I would have asked for it. Fuck! Alright, listen, man. Oh well. If it's not what they want, then there's no point in forcing it. Let's move to the northern side of town, shall we? We're gonna make this sale! Hey, hold up, buddy. Don't lose heart yet. We'll sell something to the next person, I'm sure of it. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, my stomach. Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest all around. Ugh, food is the last thing I need now. Go and sell your fish to someone else. I'm not a salesman. Never mind. We just approached him at a bad time. Timing is everything, yes? Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. I'm sorry! I want to thank you properly. Unlike most unfortunate still have worked. Got it. Are they the same options you chose? Or did you go to more subtle way? Oh fuck. Hey buddy? I'm still fine, right? Okay. You made it further on some of them? Oh, okay. Huh. Thank you for showing me how to talk to customers. Though you didn't manage to sell any fish in the end, by the way you fearlessly approached strangers gave me much courage. When I peddle my wares, I'll remember your example and endeavor to be fearless too. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kajaya soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Kajaya? Hey. Kajaya, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. Ugh. I'm sorry, Kajaya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. Damn. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured my all into this consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kajaya. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again. Please take care on the road. No, he's doomed. Oh no! All my jobs are... Well, except Blue Mage. I just realized they're not orange anymore. Nothing's max level. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. You lost all my progress, it's all gone! There you are. Gotten over the aether sickness, have you? I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I got preoccupied, too. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. Oh. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. Oh, yeah. And as before, they mean to use the Faith as their hapless thralls to call forth a Luna Primal. Business as usual for the Teleporoi. Yeah. Yeah. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. He didn't say that last time I talked to him. Huh. That Matsuya fellow you were helping. He's Arca Sodora, is he not? Apparently, it's almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning this is this if summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand reason that Arca Sodora would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akyali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kral's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may prove a better vantage point. I see. Oh, is that what you get for all 90s? Damn. Well. It's a hat. And it's also not dyeable. Huh. Okay. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help, somebody, help! That's his voice. We camp in the north. Ah. Wow, the slow made it so that I couldn't use Confider. I'm angry. Matsuya. Uh-huh, where'd they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. I heard that the Arcasadar were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean's all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but we should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House divinities. In the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time, we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish! But to answer your question, yes, of course. I would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Akiali? Wonderful. Just follow the road to the west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of the Thavnairian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we'll be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Akali. Welcome to Akali, my friend. The name means White Beach, and there isn't much here save that. Please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking, everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hesveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. I'll try to think if there's anything useful I can share with you as well. After all, I still owe you for asking me on the hill. What about the fish? Enjoy, Anche. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. Sure, I can catch a few fish I take a boat out, but I got nowhere else to sell them. And even though I do have what I can preserve them, they'll end up doing this to fill my storehouse and my pockets. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Yeah. Welcome to our village, traveler. Is there anything I can help you with? Nah. Stinian. What are you doing? Mark you that platform out of the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. Oh, way down there? Interested in learning about our gods, say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusia and the Murga deities, who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually seeking the wisdom of the Manusia, the Murja cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusia coveted the might of the Murja, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusia have worn animal faces, and the Murja the limbs of men. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murja, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities. Their forms are personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Neat. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. Oh. I figured when they were saying by the sisters, they're Manusia. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sindurva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and is so beloved by weavers. Almost done time, we're almost there. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Manusia, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murja, if I may ask? The Murja hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you will find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arcasadara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? Oh, Estinian, there you are. It's said that an ancestor of this satrap, that's the ruler of Ratzadhan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if ever the satrap is needed, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing can be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our effort to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I'll pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kral's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kral's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Oh, that's a good point. Sightseeing. Matei has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? I can stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Aww. Great Work is situated at the Cove of the North. Follow the road north to reach it. Oh, right there. Oh, I can move the map around now. I just realized. Sitting there just trying to spam the okay. If there's a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world?
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Oh, is that a ritualistic thing we just walked upon, too?
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
They addicted.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, we got one! Finally, somebody... I think that's... I count with one hand how many people recognize me. God damn!
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Huh.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise.
Yeah, fucking instant
Meanwhile,
transmission.
shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Cryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
So Stania isn't here. Okay. "'Tis said that shellfish is ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsya. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. On this occasion, I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to Estinian." Seems like he's not here. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Krell herself is tied up with another investigation, Anger is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions? Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. On the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon skills proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the skills are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the skill provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon, we'll be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. What exactly is it you need me to do? Nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I'll first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Oh, I'm covered. In that case, Ryanjur and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We'll be grateful for any assistance you can provide. Fuck. If you're ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I'll meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. I hope we didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not a lot are accustomed to physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficiency. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of aether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to safe distance if you're not the subject. Ready, Aether. Ah. You are struck by a powerful blast of aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test, please follow. Oh, you're just kind of staring at it. It did say please step away. I don't know if I would have figured it out on the spot though. Reading Aether, please stand back. Ready to discharge. Test subjects, come in. Warning, discharging Aether. You are struck by another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The subject's stomach and bowel integrity holding? Confirmed. Resuming test, please follow. You are struck by yet another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The Blessing of Light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. How much stronger is the Blessing of Light going to be? Subject Fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test, please follow and brace for final discharge. I mean, the Blessing is a Highland thing. She ain't looking too hot. Reading Aether, please stand back. You are struck by the strongest blast of Aether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humorous. Oh. Onion. Extra crit and reduced damage. Nice. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. Oh, come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Having exhausted all his Aether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. Thank you. I shall replenish its aether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You feeling perfectly fine? Mm-hmm. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your aether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Nidana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it. Spiritweed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arcasadara travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I am in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. What are you wearing, sir? I may be simply imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Angered. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I venture outside the safety of the work. Thank the sister I asked you come with me. You're alright, I hope. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. And here we are, Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spiritweed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once. If you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I'll gather herb as quickly as I can. Please take out it for me. Yeah. I murdered everyone's ass. You goddamn right I did. I hope they tagged them. Wow.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Oh, I don't know who the satrap is. What can you tell me the satrap? I hear it being mentioned a lot.
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces.
Oh, it's that Aura dude, right?
Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radz at Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Huh. Two voices, Monka. Well, yeah, I imagine that's his real voice. Because right now he just sounds like Asahi. Another body, another time. So did he take control of that? Who was he talking about? Owen. Because I really don't fucking remember. Or know. And what he was referencing as well. Guys, research. Oh. So he implied he took control of that dude as well. Another body, another time. Alex shut him down for no reason. Probably Ascian reasons now, yeah. Those damn Ascians! Another body, another time. Who's remembered the details? I have enough spirit weight to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work, shall we? Angered. My thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Little does Nadana know that she is about to send you on another errand. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you're both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nadana. It would seem the stores of Giant's Gall are running low. What? But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it for me to complain. We'll need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Angered. Loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. Maybe impose on you once more. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuha. He will furnish you with ore. At very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May I borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nidana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survive are still in training. I'll bring the Hamza to the entrance. Meet me there when you're ready. Okay. Despite his tender years, Varshan is thoughtful and dependable. It's easy to see why he was chosen to be his satrap's attendant. Wow. Do you have a moment of adventure? One of my colleagues has gone missing. She said she was going for Kajaya's footsteps to get a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I'll go search for her, but it's almost time for a shift change, and I can't very well leave the kiln to operate itself. Could you find her and fetch her for me? Yes. You're too kind. She's being Kajaya's footstep. Keep an eye out for her here with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was out the last time you were by, and she was devastated that she missed out on the chance to meet one of the students at Baldician. Oh. Right. Way over there. I'll get there eventually. I'm sure. Here are Hazma. Angered. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Aerosian dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is why my errand takes me, and your own destination is a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. You're ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead, for yours to follow. Sure. Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned that they have a wobbling gait. That spectacular formation stretching over the water is called A Kajaya, a word which means sword. This sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Mansuyas against Murja before it was cast down at conflict's end. Ah. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is a tower. As you can see, it straddles a small owl. Yes. Almost there. The main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, well, who should it be but young Varshan? On an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come and collect a report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, those are dragoons. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. That we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle. No place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow's faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may be now, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. But still, I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you. For you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce Angered Pally, of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, say? Towers have appeared all over there too? Yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? They're fucking everywhere, man. May I suggest you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you could share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. All appears quiet with the tower at the moment. I dare say the soldiers won't mind if you approach them. Yo. I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us of the Teleporoi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This, we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What mass is this? Well, you can bet we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as the folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narunir. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far in the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? They're not. Our struggles are not unique, and our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained till they're ready. East. Oh, that's a lot of hill. This could be straight up. It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? Yeah. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Rajat Khan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. I missed the oh, I got a fucking tangle right here. Ow. Jesus Christ. That's fucking a tangled piece of hair. I missed the dearth information. Everything will have been grateful for your account. But come. You had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hazma, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. The last monster came out of the tower, laid waste to the hatchery, slaughtered many good Hazma. Hamza. Poor creatures didn't deserve it. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamza dashes off. You have a triple triad, sir. Aye, this is indeed the Giant's Gall grounds, and I am Zenuha. Is there something you require? Nice tats, bro. Giant skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we could do to provide them with the materials they need. Here we are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk know of the great work. Know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Hello, sir. Welcome back, Ingrid. Dare I hope you have the giant skull? I do. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it'll be time for the true test. So please, take your ease while you can.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavnair, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
We got an orgy.
And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
Jeez.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Yeah, for real.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field.
Efficacy.
It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't fucking come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
I'm concerned.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
They hanging out? Yep. Nothing unusual so far. Don't worry about us. Think only of your own task. And then... J. The warding seal doth promise to alter the course of conflict, and even as it giveth us cause to rejoice, we must needs brace ourselves for the Teleporroy's response. Alright, where's Estian? There he is. What of that boy? Varshahan, was it? Running this and that errand for the set trap, you say? Why do I ask? Why do I ask? 'Tis nothing. Curiosity. Run along the beach, I guess. I hope I can. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope of toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate and do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Must be off.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now.
Oof.
It's working!
Ah, how about that?
And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Wow, you're right up to it, huh?
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
Shit. I guess that was a possibility, huh?
Let me go! Let me go!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Shit.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Yeah. Patrons of old. So he was the dude.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian.
Hell yeah.
I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
What?
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met. Day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter, we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
Huh.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. if you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
That could have gone better. Ah, you returned, but where's Mistress Nidana? Anusia preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. No, yeah, if he had a seat in the Alec as a Mon, he could have basically just fucking done what he wanted, huh? Bad tidings, I take it. Yeah. The demeanor bespeaketh consternation, angered. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? Fandaniel. So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you want to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. Oh yeah, we're still in the intro phases, huh? We haven't seen the moon yet! First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. It's 24 hours? It's going good. We are 3 hours in. No, I decided that I was kind of losing my lucidity, and I'd rather just be able to pay attention to the story. Oh, Nidana. Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Then we must make warding skills, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself, so let us make more skills. That she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding skills with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contribution to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. Ah, nice. In addition to thanking in person, he would also discuss further avenues in collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Ratathan for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates of East Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Oof. I wonder what the queue times are going to look like tomorrow, huh?